All right. Normally, when I do podcasts or videos or something like that, I'm more upbeat, more like, all right, let's ready to do this. But today's not that day. Um, while everybody on social media, whether it's Twitter slash X slash Twitter, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube on here, everybody's talking about what happened last night on WWE Smackdown between Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock. Now, I did a video about 2 or 3 weeks ago about The Rock, a couple weeks ago about The Rock coming back. And, I said then that I wouldn't mind seeing Rock and Roman go at it, but I didn't think it needed to be at WrestleMania. Now, there's a lot of Attitude Era fans out there. There's a lot of Rock fans out there who are happy to see The Rock back. Am I happy to see him back and trying to help the company? Sure. But while everybody's using the term bury, I mean, I don't think that Cody got buried. I don't think you saw them digging a 6-foot hole grave and putting Cody Rhodes inside there. I mean, we actually didn't see a bury situation. What we did see is probably one of the most selfish, blatant displays that I've ever seen in my life. And you know what's funny is that I grew up being a Hulk Hogan fan, and I've had people say shit about Hulk Hogan for years about him looking out for number one and using the golden shovel. People did the same thing with Triple H when it was a 2002 to 2004 Triple H. Are like, oh, he's like putting people down. Every single thing. But the problem is now, ladies and gentlemen, is Cody's face said it all last night. I didn't watch SmackDown. I watched the highlights on YouTube, and I saw that The Rock was back. I'm like, okay, let's see how this let's see how this plays out. So Roman comes out, does a promo, pretty much talking shit about Seth Rollins, about his title being the second title, and that he makes more money doing less dates than Seth Rollins does, and Seth Rollins breaks his back, can't stay healthy, and everything like that. You know, typical heel promo, typical I'm above everyone else promo. Fine. And then Cody comes out. Because ever since Cody's come to WWE, it's all about the story, finishing the story, because his brother, Dusty Rhodes, did win the WWE Championship back in the day at Madison Square Garden, but it was taken away from him. So Cody tried WrestleMania 39, and he fell short beating Roman Reigns, which I still feel to this day that Cody should have been the one to dethrone Roman Reigns last year. Because the Bloodline storyline's been around for a while, and WWE's done a fantastic job with the Bloodline. Don't get me wrong. They do. They done a really good job at doing doing that. However, situation is this. Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble back to back. CM Punk gets injured, tears his tricep. The plan was CM Punk Seth Rollins, Cody, and Roman. That was the plan. So then The Rock shows up on Raw a couple weeks ago or a month ago, makes his clarification that he is hungry, that he doesn't want to sit at that table. He wants to be at the head of the table, which everyone got excited because they're like, wow, okay, Rock and Roman are going to happen. Maybe it's going to happen in Elimination Chamber in Australia. Then you find out that Roman's not going to do that event. And then you're thinking, well, maybe it might happen in Saudi because, you know, they do big matches in Saudi Arabia. So maybe it might happen there. Doesn't happen there either. So now, fast forward, you know, Raw had that promo. Seth Rollins was telling Cody that, you know, this is your dad. This is the workhorse title. Your dad had this title. People like Ric Flair had this title. And, you know, trying to entice Cody into facing him. But what it does, though, for me personally, Cody coming out there and pretty much what people don't seem to understand was that if you look back at his promo, he says, I want to take everything from you, Roman. Not just that championship. He made it clear he wants that championship. Now, is WWE going to do something where maybe it's like, hey, he can, like the Money in the Bank championship, he can hold on to cashing in that Royal Rumble whenever he wants to? Could that be something new in the works? Possibly. We don't know. Cody will be on Smackdown next week. We'll probably hear more about it as the weeks come. Like everyone else, I was upset. I was pissed about what happened last night. It's a damn shame. The guy comes in, finally working his ass off, facing guys like Brock Lesnar, working his ass off after losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. So now, it's becoming an even bigger situation. Because now it's a... hold on a second here, guys. I had to clear my throat for a minute. I'm mute. So. All right, so I'm back here for a second. Here we go. All right. I'm going to see about getting another person in here for a second. Hold on just a minute. The situation is that The Rock, he comes in as now a owner or like a board member of TKO Endeavor that owns WWE and UFC. So he got 30% of stock in that situation. Now, one of the articles that I want to read here in a little bit, they kind of clarify a little bit more about why this happened. Cody's face said it all. He was not happy about the situation. They had a handshake. They hugged each other, but that was kind of a half-ass hug. You know, Cody wasn't happy about the situation.
What's up, man?
So,
sorry, Kev. If it was or the audience that's watching right now, if Kev's kind of fumbling, so I just was distracting him with, you know, you got a link. So I heard that Rock and Roman had a face-off on SmackDown. I don't know the whole whereabouts of it. Did they confirm it was a WrestleMania 40 match?
They have not. They will be doing a WrestleMania 40 press conference in Las Vegas on Thursday, which The Rock and Roman Reigns will both be there. So I think it will be confirmed at that point. Now, my problem with this, man, is that I got no issues with The Rock whatsoever. My issues with him, though, is that he comes in at a point to where, you know, WWE's got all that black cloud over them about the whole Vince scandal. That Punk gets hurt. Brock's now taken out of the Wrestlemania. So I think they're worried about it being like, well, do we have enough star power? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, here's the thing, though. You bring a guy like Cody Rhodes into WWE. He tries to finish his story that his dad couldn't do. And then you have him come and do a fantastic promo on Smackdown. If anyone hasn't seen it, go watch it on YouTube. And then he goes, I want to take that belt from you. I want to take everything from you, but not at WrestleMania. He's like, well, I was talking to a counsel myself, and this person knows you all too well. Rock comes out, crowd goes absolutely crazy. Cody's face says it all. He was pissed, but he walked away. They had a little stare down there at the end. Everybody's going ape shit, man, about the whole situation. They're going fucking ape shit about it. They're thinking WWE's burying Cody, blah, blah, blah. And I'm there thinking, I didn't see his shovel. I didn't see Cody Rhodes in a 6 foot ground. To be honest with you, I didn't. My issue, though, with this whole situation is that I think The Rock, being a board of directors for TK Sports in Endeavor, I think The Rock forces his way into this match. And my issue is if you're going to do that, if you're going to do this match, he could have had Roman drop the belt at the Royal Rumble, had someone like LA Knight or Randy Orton win it. Cody could have went on to finish his story, and we still could have had The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania. But I heard that there will not be a triple threat between the three. That's already been told. There will not be a triple threat.
Okay.
There will not be a like where The Rock will wrestle him one night and then he'll wrestle Cody the next night. I heard that's not even in the works either. But people are all up in shit about this, man. And Cody will be on SmackDown next week, so maybe we'll get better information about it. But I found an article that claims they know the reason why. It's backstage report on why WWE swapped Rock for Cody at WrestleMania. And one of them says that Johnson put himself forward to save WrestleMania in the absence of Lesnar and Punk. Yet still other sources reportedly believe that he is going to push for this regardless. Given his conditional $30 million stock deal with TKO, is contingent on hitting milestones. Such milestones are speculated to have included a return to the ring, and Johnson felt the time was right to do this idea with Rock and Roman Reigns would be the largest attraction. Therefore, it's possible, regardless of who won the Royal Rumble, it was going to be The Rock challenging the Tribal Chief in Philadelphia. And dude, that video on YouTube with them has got over 300,000 dislikes.
Between The Rock and Roman? Well, I was going to say it was going to be maybe a triple threat, but then now that you've confirmed that's not going to be the case, they're not going to wrestle 2 nights in a row. So that's Roman having 2 matches at Mania. So obviously we know that's not going to happen. Maybe they could do Rock versus Cody and the winner faces Roman on night 2. I mean, that's just for shits and giggles, but then that wouldn't make any sense unless The Rock's going to put Cody over. But then it would. The point is why would you let Cody win the Rumble 2 years in a row if you weren't intended on giving him the belt? Like, that doesn't make any logic sense.
I'm looking at it like this. Why couldn't we see The Rock go to be number 30 in the Rumble? Rock could have eliminated Punk and Cody, won the Royal Rumble, which people would have been ape shit about that too.
Oh, yeah.
It would have made no difference about that. They would have been like, all over that. They've been like,
I wanted The Rock to be number 30. I even did a live reaction video. I kept saying, please come out at number 30, please. And he didn't.
Now, I think I know what happened. And people are pissed at Triple H because Triple H has done a really good job so far with the creativity he's done. And people are pissed. Oh, well, why would you take Cody away? Maybe it's one of those things where Triple H didn't have the authority to stop him. Because you got to think about it. Triple H is only in charge of creative. He doesn't have that big of a stock like The Rock does now, being a board of director with TK Sports. The Rock can override him on that. So there could be a situation where Triple H had no fucking choice in this matter. I mean, go ahead, Steven.
I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you go ahead.
I think to be fair, I think everybody wanted to see The Rock and Roman since last year, but I think when Cody won, everyone was like, okay, we're going to see Cody and Roman. But a part of me kind of wants The Rock and Roman, and it's because I want The Rock to put Roman over at Mania and then have Cody win the belt at SummerSlam. And the reason why I say that is because I think that they still are wanting Roman to break Hogan's record. The consecutive days, the 1474, and Roman's, I think, approaching now 1257 or 1258. So he still needs he would still have to hold the belt till September. So it's going to kind of throw a monkey wrench into the whole SummerSlam drop of that belt. But then again, they could just drop the belt at SummerSlam and have Roman get close enough to where he doesn't break it, but close enough. So I think that's still kind of a possibility for the whole, like, wanting to break Hogan's streak or at least get close enough to it, right? So to me, it makes sense to have Rock and Roman at Mania. Like, I kind of like it. I want to see it. But if The Rock wins, I'm going to be a little disappointed because it doesn't make any sense to give him the belt. But go ahead.
You know what's funny is that Roman, they have a video like off air. Roman holds the title above The Rock. But what people don't realize is that promo The Rock had a couple of weeks ago on Raw. He wasn't talking about a championship against Roman. I think The Rock's after the head of the table. He wants to be the head of the family. And I think that this is what this is going to be about. I don't think it's going to be about a belt. I think it's going to be about who's the tribal chief for real. Is it Roman or is it The Rock? Which will probably piss off some fans because they'll be like, so we're not going to have a world title match? I mean, like, it's just some of the stuff that they're saying about WWE now, and it's like, oh, this is the reason why we don't watch it anymore, blah, blah, blah. Like, fuck you guys. You know you've been watching this since Triple H has taken over. Don't sit there and insult people's intelligence like that. And that's just my problem with the situation. Do I want to see Rock and Roman? Yes. Did I want to see it in this way where Cody just bows out like a punk bitch? No. You know, if you go back and watch the clip, though, man, and I tell anybody, they go back and watch the clip, you can see the handshake was cool, but then when they hugged each other, you could just see Cody's face. Cody wanted to basically punch him in the fucking face.
Wow.
Now the crowd ate it up, though. They were saying this is awesome with Roman and The Rock standing face to face with each other. But my issue is the bloodline was so hot last year. WrestleMania 39. It was so hot around that time that we could have had the Rock said they were very close of making it happen. It should have happened last year. Because this is when Roman was up here, the bloodline storyline was up here. Then we could have had The Rock come in there and been like, all right, it's time to shut this shit down.
Mm.
But instead, The Rock didn't want to do it last year because something happened. Cody went into it. But my thing is, I'm the same way with you on this. I'm head scratching this because I feel like what's going to happen is that Roman and Rock are going to get booed like crazy in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's possible, but I think it's just the timing was weird. It was just like, well, if it's gonna be Rock and Roman at WrestleMania, you just should have had Cody not win the Rumble again, right? Unless you have plans for Cody to take the strap off Roman at SummerSlam, which still could be the case.
Unless they do something new, like I was saying, unless they do something new where, like the Money in the Bank, where you can like hold it and cash it in at any time. Maybe after The Rock faces Roman, Roman beats The Rock, Roman standing up, Cody can come down there, cash in his Royal Rumble spot. Boom.
Or they pull a fast one and Vince comes out and he's like, in order to be the true champion, Cody, you have to beat both Roman and Rock by yourself in a handicap match at WrestleMania. That would be fucked up, wouldn't it? And Vince goes, and I am special guest referee. I'm not highly doubt that's going to happen. I don't think they'll do a handicap match.
No, you know what's fucked up right now? The fact that I was planning on doing this video and then like Dashy came out of nowhere and was like, I'm going to do it too. And he decides to post a link up the same time that I do.
Yeah, I saw that. It just showed up on my feed. Hey, this would be funny. What if Cody beats Roman and then, or Cody beats The Rock and Roman and Vince cashes in like it's Money in the Bank and he's like, the ref rings it and Vince's like, get up, you son of a bitch. Get up, you son of a bitch. Vince takes the title from Cody. Dude, that would be cool.
I think the issue is though, man, is the fact that I think people do want to see Roman versus The Rock, but I don't think they wanted to see it this way. I think that's what
I wanted to see it since last year, but not like this. I said you should have let The Rock win the Rumble.
That's what you could have done. You could have had Rock won the Rumble. This could have been more. I mean, like people still would have been pissed if The Rock would have won the Rumble, but at least then you could have been like, all right, now we got something in mind. Now The Rock's going to win. He's there. He's cashed in his chance. Go to WrestleMania. But
well, you still could have built up Cody for a SummerSlam.
I think what they could have. I thought what they were going to do was they were going to do this thing in Australia because Australia really wanted The Rock to be there. And I thought they were going to have an Elimination Chamber. They were going to have Rock and Roman there because it was going to be 60, 70,000 people. And then have Cody face him at WrestleMania.
Okay, so what are they going to do with Cody if it is Rock versus Roman? What are they going to do with Cody then?
We'll probably get a Seth Rollins versus Cody for the world title, which at that point, we already saw them wrestle each other at WrestleMania 38. It's like, do we really need to?
Oh, they're going to put the belts on Cody, obviously.
And problem is that the guy Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank, so he can easily come in there and ruin Cody's moment and cash it. Or they could do something new, and that's just something I was thinking about. Maybe they could do something like when you win Money in the Bank, you can hold on to it. What if you win the Royal Rumble, that you can hold on to that and cash it in when you want it?
So how long can you hold on to the Money in the Bank briefcase?
What's that?
How long can you hold on to the Money in the Bank briefcase? As long as you want?
Until the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view, I would assume.
Oh shit. You know what would be fucked up? If you could hold it as long as you want and people both cash their Money in the Banks at the same time.
That'd be like, you know, here here I am as champion. All of a sudden, Steven and Prodigal Hill both try to like cash it in at the same time.
Hey, are you gonna do the TTC Rumble?
I might do the presidential thing, like the whole.
Oh, that'd be
War
cool.
Games. Yeah. This would be like I want to see like Team Biden versus Team Trump. Let's see.
Oh, that's awesome. I hope you get that done. Well, I guess we won't see Cody and Roman. So part 2. So we're going to see Cody and Roman.
But the one part I had about this though is it seemed like it was forced. That was the situation when you watch it. It looked like it was forced. It looked like it was out of Triple H's hands. Like people are like talking about wanting his head now. Like, well, he's done all this great job for now, right? And then he like fucking they do this to Cody and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, guys, Cody's one of the biggest money makers in WWE right now. I don't think this is going to bury Cody Rhodes. All right.
What happened to CM Punk?
Punk tore his tricep at the Rumble.
Oh shit.
So he's going to be out for 6 months, something like that. So that's the reason why he's not going to be at the Rumble.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Mania, I mean, yeah. So they took that away. And Brock, obviously, he's not going to be in WWE right now. And he was going to face that Gunther guy, the Intercontinental Champion. Well, now Brock's not going to be there. So I guess The Rock felt like he had to save WrestleMania. But to be honest with you, the roster WWE's got right now, he really did not need to save WrestleMania. To me, I feel like The Rock did this for selfish reasons.
You think so?
I believe. Oh yeah. He now he's going around. Now he doesn't have any movies in the process, and now he's like, hey, well, I'm a board of director guy now. Now I can come in and I got $30 million in stock now, and I can be if he's a board of director, obviously if he's part of board of director team, obviously he's got more power than Triple H does.
Yeah, well, Rock's going to lose to Roman, I think, at Mania. I think they're going to have Roman win and maintain the belt.
The Rock's all about breaking box office. Everybody remembers WrestleMania 18, how big Hogan and Rock was, and then WrestleMania 2012, WrestleMania 28, how big Cena and Rock was. And I think he's going to try to make this the biggest one. The only problem is people wanted to see those two matches. They didn't want to see this one at WrestleMania.
I kind of do want to see it not like this.
I would have been okay if they would have done Roman and Rock night 1. And then night 2, you do Cody and Roman.
Yeah.
And then you could have done something like that. Or I felt like that could have been a lot more of a better opportunity. But 300,000 dislikes on that video on YouTube.
Damn, I didn't know that. What about the comments? Did they disable the comments?
Oh, no. Nope. No, those comments were there for a while now. I mean,
who won out of Cody and Seth the last time they fought?
Cody did. Apparently, Cody's beaten Seth three different times, so Seth has not beaten Cody.
Oh, shit. Well, Seth beat Cody at Mania this year. Wow.
I can see why people feel like they buried Cody, but I don't know. I mean, you could have had a situation. You could have had a situation where Roman could have dropped the belt to one of the guys, and then you could have had Cody get his title shot still, and then Roman still could have faced The Rock, and we could have done that, or could have done like night 1 Cody and Roman, or Rock and Roman, and then. Or we could have made this a triple threat. I don't see why this couldn't be a triple threat. This would be the biggest thing in history of Cody Rhodes and them had a triple threat. Cody goes in there and beats them both and wins the world championship. I'm like, man, there he is. He beat Brock Lesnar. Then he beats Roman and Cody. He beats Roman and The Rock. And I'm like, damn, this boy's legit.
Yeah, I guess it's a monkey wrench. They could still book The Rock and Roman for Elimination Chamber.
problem is Roman's schedule. The way Roman's schedule is, he's not scheduled to do anything at the Elimination Chamber, which I think is really messed up because you're like, wow, this is your champ, but yeah, you're giving him all this time off to basically not do anything. And the reason why they're doing this is, like you said, I really think they're trying to break the Hogan record.
Yeah.
They may not break Backlund, or they're definitely not going to break Bruno's, but I think that they are waiting for SummerSlam. I would not be surprised if it's Cody and Roman at SummerSlam. I really don't.
Let me see how many days Roman is champion real quick. Hold on. Roman Reigns. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Mm-hmm. Looking it up.
So he needs 352, 452. And then another 22. So he needs 222 days to beat Hogan. That's a lot of days. Wow. You think he breaks it?
I think that they're trying to get him to break it, but what would be a fucking monkey wrench in the plan is if they do something where, like, The Rock beats Roman for the world title and then The Rock goes over there and hands it to Cody.
See, that Roman would have to hold the belt till September the 12th to tie.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I put 222 days from today, and it says September 12th, Thursday. And so he would have to hold the belt till September 13th, Friday, to break Hogan's record. There's rumors that they're trying to get Roman to have the belt for at least 1,500 plus.
I heard those rumors. That means you would have to have Roman hold on possibly until WrestleMania next year.
And that would put him at around 1,800. No, about 1,900. Yeah, that's a lot. So you might as well let him hold it for 2,000.
But it's getting to a point, though, where, you know, the whole Roman Reigns experience worked for a while. The bloodline worked for a while.
Yeah.
But it's getting to a point where we're not those wrestling fans as we were as kids, where you're like, wow, you know, Hogan held onto the belt for that long. This is cool. Well, yada yada. Now it's like a lot of us have ADHD and all this stuff, and we're like, huh, what, squirrel? No, we don't. Cody should be champ. No, that guy should be champ. No,
well, it's not just that, but it's like Roman hardly wrestles. So it's like, what's the purpose of him breaking the record if he barely wrestles once every 4 months anyway? Like, what's the purpose? It'd be different if he at least fought once a month.
I think I just honestly believe that The Rock has now been. I know how they call him the people's champion and everything. Man, some of the comments on that video were saying the most, you know how The Rock just calls himself the most electrifying man. They go, the most entitled man in professional wrestling. And all this stuff. I mean, they're shitting on The Rock bad, and I can honestly tell you right now, don't be surprised. Now, the casual fans who are at the arena building up to WrestleMania, they're going to cheer The Rock. But when he gets to Philadelphia, and those hardcore fans come to WrestleMania, I would not be surprised if you hear "We want Cody, Rocky die, Rocky sucks" like back in the day.
Man, that's gonna be hilarious. They play the NWO music while Rock's wrestling, and Nash and Hogan come out. They're like, "We're coming for you, boy!" And The Rock's like, "What do you think you're doing?" And they're like, "We're coming to get you. We're coming to kick your fucking ass, there, boy."
The Rock. I mean, right now, I mean, like I said, I did a video on The Rock about a month ago, and some people got butthurt over that because they're like,
Yeah.
Because I said that right now, I felt like he's coming back at the wrong time. Like, if he would have came back last year, doing the whole bloodline thing and there was battles in the mix of it, then I would have been like, all right, let's do it. But now and you can tell The Rock's looking older. He's in his 50s. I mean, the dude looks in fantastic shape for being in his 50s, but we all know there's the juice on that one.
Oh, The Rock's not. He's not as.
Oh, the Rock's not as clean as people think he is.
He's not as buff anymore.
Oh no, he still is. He's just not as. He's not as like big now. He's getting back into like the whole. Well, I'm still in shape, but I don't want to.
Well, I guess it's gonna be Rock and Roman at Mania.
It looks like it, and like I said, they're going to be this press conference on WWE Network or Peacock this Thursday coming up. Rock and Roman are both going to be there. Rock and Roman didn't say anything to each other. They didn't have to. It was like nose to nose. And someone got a video off the air. Roman held the belt. They all walked away. Rock got in there. Rock's like, did a little promo, did his, if you smell what the Rock is cooking and blah, blah, blah. So, and then actually there was a fan in the video where he said, do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Someone said, I smell bullshit.
Are they going to turn the Rock heel in the Hollywood Rock? That would be funny. And they go, it's cooking.
It would be. All right. Yeah, it's just I thought it was kind of fucked up though that athletic douchey had to come on there and basically be like, you don't have to do anything. I'll take it.
Hey man, we got to do a Team Rock versus Team Roman.
Team Rock versus Team Roman.
Yeah.
Or Team Rock versus Team Cody.
Absolutely.
Now, because there's people that are actually doing petitions to try to get this match changed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a petition out there where you can actually get them to change it to where let's take the Rock out of there. There's people who are like, hey, every time the Rock comes into a town or at the press conference, someone should chant, we want Cody. We want Cody.
Man, I can't wait for a Mania now. I can't wait for Elimination Chamber.
Well, I feel like the Elimination Chamber was going to be one of those things where the winner of that was probably going to face Seth Rollins, which I think could still possibly happen. Even if you did Cody and Seth, you could put someone else in the mix of that.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to be honest with you, though. The one thing I will honestly say, people used to say bad shit about Hogan using the golden shovel and doing all this stuff. But if you guys don't think The Rock ain't a selfish motherfucker, woo. I mean, yo.
Here's what's going to be funny. The Rock wins, and then he cuts a promo at WrestleMania, and he goes, this is my yard now, and I'm breaking Hogan's streak of 1474. Day one starts today. It just slams the microphone down.
Okay, Stevie. Here's a comment on that article I just read. This is fucking hilarious. Yeah. Save Wrestle. There's a guy by the name of Deacon. He said, "Save WrestleMania. Laugh my ass off. He's such an egotistical loser, a toddler inside a 52-year-old's body. All that tequila and old laxative energy drinks have warped his brain."
Here goes this. The Rock says he's going to break.
Search WrestleMania 30.
Go ahead.
the guy also said, edit it. Quick research. WrestleMania 39 revenue was 21.6 million. Sponsorship revenue was also additional 20 million on top of the merch sales, which 20% from previous year.
Here's this. The Rock wins at Mania. 1,473
Same
days
guy
later,
said that.
The Rock is the champ still. And they're like, he's like, a 1 day from time, Hogan, you motherfucker. And all of a sudden, Hogan's music plays. And Hogan comes out 3 years from now at WrestleMania 45. And he's like, you're not fucking taking my fucking record, you motherfucker. I'm fighting you right now there, boy.
My God, man. These are people who are really just.
What are they saying?
Oh, well, like one was saying, thanks to WWE for making me look like a jackass by defending their long-time emotional storytelling of having Cody lose last year at WrestleMania, which eventually would result in an epic 2-year payoff where he goes from the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs. And except, plans change. Should have given him the belt last year. Stick around doing instead of just sticking it doing no matter what.
Yeah.
The alternative plan is absolutely train wreck for everyone involved. And that's true too. If you could have just had Cody beat Roman last year, and that would have sufficed, because there should be no reason why Roman should have the belt for 1,500 days or 1,400 days now. I know that they love the history stuff
and counting. 1,252.
Unless WWE does a marketing ploy with the NFL and has Taylor Swift cash it in and beats both of them.
Oh. Or guess who? The tribal chief fucking Mahomes comes out and fucking super kicks him and is like, there's only one tribal chief and it's me, boy.
No, I just look at this situation though as wrestling fans. I understand this. People are upset. I'm upset about it. I mean, but I'm also happy to see The Rock back. I know we've been asking for him to be back for a while, but he's been doing movie after movie after movie after movie. But you can't deny that The Rock has got star power. You can't deny that eyes are going to be watching WrestleMania 40.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they already sold 60,000 seats at Lincoln Field for WrestleMania 40.
Oh yeah, it's WrestleMania.
Yeah. But they're probably going to sell a little. They may sell a little bit more. There's some fans who I saw on the video. They were like, "Man, I bought my tickets. I want to return them."
That's funny.
And sell them. I'm like, yo, if WrestleMania happens in Nashville and that kind of match happened, I would still go. Just because it's WrestleMania. I mean, do I think it's shitty what happened to Cody? Absolutely. But people did want to see The Rock and Roman Reigns. I know people probably wanted to see The Rock and Roman Reigns 2 or 3 years ago. But better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And The Rock still got a little juice left in him.
Oh, here goes somebody. This guy's named President of Nakamerica. You guys give somebody with a bigger ego than Hogan, 10 times more power than he ever had in the WCW run. And this is going to happen sooner or later. It's the Rock show now, and it absolutely sucks. Woo-woo.
Damn, do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
And this one guy said, ha ha ha, I love how the IWC and the YWC dorks love to extremely melodramatic about everything. So pretty much, if you want to call it, ladies and gentlemen, The Rock's the biggest troll right now in America. He comes out.
What if they put the belt on him?
What's that?
What if they put the belt on The Rock?
Then you're gonna see even more fans be like, "That's it, I'm done."
Would you be okay with them putting the belt on Rock at Mania?
No.
Me
Only,
neither.
only reason why I say that is because there's no reason for a 1 year versus a part timer to have the.
And The Rock says, "I'm no longer The Rock. You can call me the Cock." And he wins the belt. And they're like, "You had it, the Cock that said that he's going to be the champion."
Then he pulls down his trunks and be like, "Do you see what the Rock's cooking?"
Dude, tell me this wouldn't be badass if the fucking Rock was about to beat Roman and Hogan comes in and fucks his fucking shit up.
I can tell you what would be even cooler.
That would be cool.
If you had a situation where the Rock has Roman beat, and all of a sudden someone with a hoodie pulls the referee out of the ring, and when they pull the referee out of the ring, Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads on the Rock. Roman pins him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And Cody pretty much says, "You can stick it, brother. Fuck you."
How about this? Roman beats The Rock. And then SummerSlam, Roman beats Cody, right? And now Roman comes out on Raw and he's like, "This is my yard now. I'm breaking Hogan's record, you motherfucker." And then Hogan's music hits. Hogan comes out and is doing the Hulkamania. And he's like, "You're not breaking my 1,474 days there, brother." So at the 1,473rd day mark on September 11th, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Well, let me tell you something, Roman. You know, you want to try to go after my date, dude. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put you up in the launch position, brother, and slam you through the mat. And what you going to do?
Dude, imagine if Hogan beats him on September 11th, one day, and they narrow it down to like the last 30 or 20 minutes. And he's about to tie Hogan's record, and Hogan just drops the atomic drop on him, the atomic leg drop, and pins him. And Roman came within like 5 minutes away from tying the record. Dude, that would be cool, and Hogan wins the belt.
If I was Hogan, I'd run with it. Fuck it.
I'd be okay with that. You know, rumor had it that Hogan has one more match in him, he said.
There's been talks about that. That he's got one more in him. I think, like I said, it has to be a controlled situation for him because of all those 10, 11 back surgery he has.
Oh, okay.
So it would have to be like if they put him in the Andre Giant Battle Royal and let Hogan throw people out, you could do something like that.
Okay, so you're saying he's not what he used to be?
No, he can't. He can't be doing no atomic leg drops anymore.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it would be if he did the atomic leg drop, it'd be like, "I'm broke, oh, brother." I had to do it, man. Hogan's one of my favorites, but I mean, I gotta be honest with
Hogan
you.
puts the leg drop and he breaks his fucking leg, and he's like, "Oh, brother, I'm stuck in the middle of the ring."
Like,
bro, it's like, "Oh, brother,
get me a stretcher, brother. Come on."
His leg snaps in half. And Hogan's just sitting there holding in half his leg. And he's like, "I'm broken, brother." And then Roman comes out there and he's like, "Get up, you fucking son of a bitch. It's not over yet."
You know, Roman takes a broken leg, starts beating him with it.
And big sexy Kevin Nash runs out there and he tries to power bomb fucking Hogan.
And he tears his quad again. Now Kevin Nash would tear his quad coming to the ring again. So.
Dude. Is Kevin Nash in still good shape?
Yeah, he's still in good shape, but he's got a lot of issues as well. But I think at least I could see Nash coming down there and actually dropping a power bomb on somebody. I don't see Hogan sitting there slamming somebody and then dropping a leg drop. Because if Hogan did that, Hogan would not get back up.
Hey, let me ask you this: Do you think they should bring? Do you think they should bring the Do you think they should bring the NWO back, but like the younger guys form a stable, and maybe like Nash be the manager?
I think Nash could be a manager. I think if you brought in someone like John Cena to be the leader of that new NWO, and have a couple of guys underneath him, and have Nash or Hogan be the manager, that could work. Then you can get Hollywood Cena.
Dude, that would be fucking badass if they brought the heel Rock and had him, Cena, and fucking like, all those guys like form the New World Order.
Man, I'm telling you.
Hey, are you going to get the WWE 2K24?
I haven't decided yet. Sometimes I wait until it's a little bit. Sometimes on PlayStation they get these little deals where the prices go down a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so sometimes I do something like that. I'll see like, ooh, deal's gone down. But I mean, there is 3 different versions. There's 4 different versions of the game. You can get the cross-gen, which is like PS4, PS5. That's like $69.99. Regular versions $59.99. Deluxe versions $99.99. And then there's this other one that's like $119.99. So pretty much it's expensive.
Okay. All right, well, Kev, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I got to get ready to leave in like 15 minutes anyway. I'm going to Mardi Gras, so I'm gonna holler at you, man. You take it easy.
Later.
All right.
But before I go, I'm just gonna say that CM Punk kind of had the little ball where he came on Raw and he said, "You know what, Cody, you might be a star, but a bigger star is going to come around and take everything from you." Punk kind of had that tuition. I know Punk was talking about himself, but technically The Rock did exactly what CM Punk said would happen. He took it away from Cody, and it's a really crappy thing that happened to Cody Rhodes. Because they were talking about how Cody didn't earn it. I heard some writers like Road Dogg and all of them talk about, well, he didn't earn it. That's why he lost last year. And then you wanted him to work his way up and get it. And then you put him in that program with Brock Lesnar. He beats Brock 2 out of 3 times. And you put him in these little situations where Cody's going into battle with other people. So Cody's working his way back up that ladder to catch Roman Reigns. So you have Cody win the Rumble, but now you switch gears because you're worried about saving WrestleMania. WrestleMania didn't need saving. Because even without Brock, even without Punk, which are 2 big losses, I'm not going to lie, the whole allegations with Vince and then that lady, and then with Brock probably possibly being in that situation. We would have loved to seen a Brock versus Gunther match. I know a lot of us would. That would have been cool. And I know we would have saw Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. We would have been cool with that. But, things change on the fly. They always say when you buy something like that, when you buy like a concert ticket or sports ticket, they always have a thing on there in the little bold letters, subject to change. And I feel like WrestleMania was subject to change. I mean, you're going to have Rhea Ripley versus Becky probably for the Raw Women's title. Bayley chose hers with Io Sky. So Bayley's got her title shot. You're going to have a good WrestleMania. It's in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a good wrestling city. In Pennsylvania, Philadelphia is a good wrestling city. Everybody remembers ECW back then. Philadelphia is going to represent. the northern states, that little tri-state area with New York and Philadelphia and Boston, those are usually good wrestling towns. Um, so for The Rock to sit there and say that he's here to save WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, he's not here to save WrestleMania. He's here to save his own ass. The man's got a bigger ego than Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair combined. Okay? And we all know how Hogan was in WCW. If any of you didn't follow WCW back then, yeah, Hogan had a ironclad contract. He had that little clause in his contract where he had creative control over his character. The Rock's not doing anyone any favors. He's not doing WWE any favors. He's not saving WrestleMania. This is all about him. And I've said it in the last video. Dwayne Johnson is a selfish, pompous asshole. I know a lot of people like him. He's got that little fake laugh he does. That's a great question. We all know that The Rock is a fake ass motherfucker. I've said it in the last video and I'm going to say it again. And if Rock fans get pissed at me, I do not give a fuck. I like The Rock. Do not get me wrong. I'm glad to see him on there. I'm glad to see him every now and then. I'm glad to see him helping out and doing what he needs to do. But at the expense of taking it away from Cody Rhodes, who worked his ass off to get where he needs to get, and you take it from him, that's where I have an issue with. You have Cody Rhodes do this fantastic promo on SmackDown, and you pretty much have him go, well, I'm not going to do it at WrestleMania. It's a head scratcher for all of us. We're like, what the fuck just happened here? It's a head scratcher for me. I'm sure it's a head scratcher for the rest of you wrestling fans out there. And I've just read a couple comments earlier, then I was reading the article that The Rock claimed that he was pushing for this hard to happen. Here's the deal. Even my beautiful wife has said it over millions of different times. The Rock that we used to know back then, before he got into Hollywood, that's not the same Dwayne Johnson. That's not the same Rock anymore. This Rock is a businessman. He's got his tequila. He's got his shoes, his own company. He works for Under Armour, has the Project Rock thing. His shoes are sometimes worth more than Michael Jordan, Air Jordan shoes. Look the shit up. I ain't kidding. I know The Rock used to be some people's favorites back in the Attitude Era. The Rock was one of my favorites. He was hilarious. But The Rock's not that guy anymore on the mic like he was. He's pretty much the guy now where he's like, here, we're over here. We're going to make a lot of noise. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to break records. We're going to break box offices and blah, blah, blah. People don't want to hear that. People want to hear the guy to go Rudy Poo, candy ass. Want to check your ass into the Smackdown Hotel. People want that Rock, the Hollywood Rock, the 2003 Rock. That guy was hilarious. This Rock is not funny anymore. And it's not about pissing off the IWC and IYWC like that one guy said in the comment section of this article that I read. And if anyone wants to read the article, it's from WrestlingInc.com. You can go and read the article on there. So, yeah. We have a situation now where a lot of wrestling fans are pissed. And I saw on TikTok, there's some people who have made some... they're trying to get this match changed. They're even signing petitions to change the match. You still could have done Cody and Roman. Could have had Rock and Roman in night one, have Cody beat him in night two, or have Cody lose again, whatever you wanted to do about the situation. But the fact of the matter is WWE, if you really wanted to do this Roman and Rock match, I still don't think it's going to be for the belt. I'd be shocked if it's for the belt. I'm not going to be surprised, but I'd be a little shocked. I think what this is about is who's the head of the table. But if you're doing that kind of a storyline, it should have been last year when the bloodline was at its peak. When it was at its peak, that's when it should have happened. You remember the Royal Rumble last year? Roman beats Kevin Owens, and then Sami Zayn turns on him, and they beat up Sami and beats up Kevin Owens. If they would have had, if you smell all across the arena, crowd would have went ape shit. Rock would have came out there, and we could have had ourselves a showdown. But no, this doesn't have to be. And the reason why I don't think they saved this for the Saudi show is anytime they do a big giant marquee match at the Saudi, it never works out. Look at Goldberg and Undertaker. Look at DX and the Brothers of Destruction. It does not work out. So if you did a big match like that, would it work out? I don't know. And the last two times The Rock got in the ring, The Rock got hurt. He had to get hernia surgery when he faced Cena at WrestleMania 29. Then he got hurt at WrestleMania 28, like tore something in his leg and stuff like that. Is he going to be able to stay healthy in this damn match afterwards? That's the biggest $1 million question. Cody's one of WWE's biggest money makers. Next to him, Punk, and LA Knight. You got stars. You got big names in this company now. And WWE is not like it used to be where you have one guy be the man. Now it's like a big group, cohesive group effort. And that is how it should be. Do I think the Rock and Roman match is going to create a buzz? Absolutely. It's creating a buzz. Whether it's positive or negative, it's creating a buzz. We're on here talking about it. Everybody else is talking about it. And we're going to probably continue talking about it. So whether or not we want to see the Rock and Roman, whether or not we wanted to see Rock take this spot away from Cody, it's important, but it's irrelevant because regardless of what it is, people are still going to go to WrestleMania. They're still going to watch WrestleMania. My only thing is, if you really want to show The Rock that you don't care, don't watch WrestleMania. Don't watch night 2 because you know that match is going to be on night 2. You already know that match is going to be on night 2. Watch all the other matches and turn it off. Let it be known. And I'm sure the fans of Philadelphia are going to let The Rock hear this. And Roman Reigns is the heel, but Roman Reigns will be cheered that night. I guarantee you that. Rock's going to hear Rocky sucks. You think The Rock got those boos when he faced Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18? He's going to hear him more in this one. I guarantee you that. But as I said, I'm not going to jump to any hasty conclusions. Cody's going to be at Smackdown next week. Maybe we'll get more information as the days go by, and maybe Cody can elaborate what happened. And I'm sure he will. It just sucks, though, because you put Cody as one of your cover stars for the biggest wrestling game you have in WWE 2K24. And you pretty much have him win back-to-back Royal Rumbles to take this from him is ludicrous. You're right, Darby Entertainment. No one likes Roman. Roman Reigns has lost his muster. It's lost its luster. And I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get him to be one of the biggest title holders of all time. He is. He's in that top now. He's not going to beat Bruno. He's not going to beat Bob Backlund. And I don't think he should beat Hogan's record. I really don't. A man who only wrestles half the time really is not that big of a deal. I mean, he can say what he wanted about Seth Rollins, but at least Seth Rollins goes out there and performs night after night. Does Seth get hurt? Absolutely. Accidents happen. Shit happens. It's a sport. It's sports entertainment. It happens. I've been in the ring a few times. I understand. Shit happens. And yeah, Punk got hurt. That was a freak accident with his tricep. It's unfortunate Punk did get hurt because it changes the course. But honestly, I honestly don't think so. I think even if Brock was not in that lawsuit and Brock would have went to WrestleMania and faced Gunther and Punk still would have faced Seth Rollins, I still think The Rock would have done what he done regardless if those guys were there or not. So I think when he says, "Hey, I'm here to save WrestleMania," it's all full of shit, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, it's full of shit. It's all about saving him. It's all about building his career, building his ego. It's all about what's best for The Rock. It's not what's best for WWE. It ain't best what's best for TK Sports and Endeavor. When you have a $30 million, we have a $30 million stock option. You pretty much now, as a board of directors, you're pretty much above Triple H. Triple H is only a creative control guy. He's only the one doing. He's the head of creative. So The Rock's up here in the boardroom, and Triple H is right here. People want to be bitching at Triple H for it, but honestly, I don't. It could be one of those things where Triple H has got no fucking say over the matter. He has to do what's being told. And I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to cast that shadow over Vince and the whole scandal and stuff. Regardless of even if Punk was there and even if you had The Rock there and all this other stuff, no matter who you have there, that scandal's still going to be there regardless. I think that this is really going to backfire on the WWE, but I'm looking forward. I'm holding judgment until I see what happens at that press conference, until I see what happens on Raw, until I see what happens when Cody's on SmackDown next week. Then we'll see what happens until then. Unless they do something new, like I said earlier, unless they do something new where if you win the Royal Rumble, you don't have to cash it in at WrestleMania. You can cash in your spot at any given moment, like they did with the Money in the Bank. Maybe that's something new. I don't know. That's something they could try to do. I mean, Triple H said it best at the press conference at the Rumble. Building this, working 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, and trying to maintain everybody being happy is probably one of the hardest jobs ever. I wouldn't want his job. I would not want it. I know a lot of us play those WWE games and we've all ran stuff before where we think, oh, we can run a show better than this company, better than that company. And maybe that's true, but we don't know what goes on in day-to-day operations. I don't, you don't, no one does. We just watch the show. We just paid a ticket. We come on here, we critique it, or we give it a 5-star rating, or how Dave Meltzer, who's got his nose stuck up people's asses and probably doesn't know his shit from hole in the wall, kind of crap. That's the situation we're in. Honestly, as much as I hate to say this, I love Cody a lot. But The Rock and Roman is a bigger box office than Cody and Roman too. And it sucks. And it absolutely sucks, but I know that's how they're looking at the situation. And I feel bad about it. You know, I really, really feel like this situation is going to be really bad, and The Rock is going to get booed the hell out. Roman is going to get booed as well. That match is going to get shit on so hard at WrestleMania 40. And if it gets shit on, guess what? Dwayne Johnson deserves every fucking thing he gets on that. Because you're no longer the people's champion anymore. You're a selfish, vindictive piece of trash is what you are. What you were, the fact that what him and Oprah were trying to do to the people in Hawaii, like trying to steal trying to like take away their buildings they got burnt down and stuff like that. And The Rock's supposed to be from Hawaii. He's supposed to be part Hawaiian. And he's supposed to be all about this, but Go back and watch that segment. If any of y'all haven't seen it, go back on WWE YouTube channel. Go back and watch when Cody comes in the ring and does his promo, and when The Rock comes out. Watch Cody's eyes. The face. I even have it in my just once I'm done with this video, it will be in the default photo. You can see Cody's face, and Cody is absolutely livid. But Cody knew this could possibly happen. He's been on a couple of interviews. He knew that this could possibly happen, but he was confident in his ability that this would still happen. That him and Roman would still happen at WrestleMania. But now it's taken away from him because, quote unquote, Punk and Brock Lesnar got, because of what happened to Brock and Cody got hurt. I mean, CM Punk got hurt. It's not about that. And I don't even think this match between Roman and Rock's going to be any good. I really don't. We're going to see the same old shit where Rock's going to have Roman beat. So is Sikoa's going to come down there, do a spike, 2 or 3 spikes to the Rock's throat. Rock's going to get up, Superman punch, spear, boom, 1, 2, 3. Rock's going to be laying there looking at the lights. Roman's going to stand up and go like this. And we're going to have a couple more months with The Rock, with Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion. That's exactly what's going to happen at WrestleMania 40. We don't know it's for the belt yet. That will be determined probably, I'm thinking, at that press conference next week on Peacock. I think that will probably be when it's happening, but it's an unfortunate situation because I know that a lot of people on social media are upset about this situation, and there's going to be some Rock fans who are supportive of this. And there's some people who were Rock fans growing up, and they are going to support their boy, and they absolutely have every God-given right to do so. Just like Darby Entertainment saying that nobody likes Roman. There's some Roman Reigns fans out there. Darby's entitled to his opinion about that situation. It's the same principle. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me know in the comments section what you guys think. Do you think Cody still will get his title shot? Do you think Cody's going to face Seth Rollins instead? Or do you think we're going to see a situation where WWE really is burying? I don't like using the word burying. I hate that fucking word because it's like they're not burying Cody. Cody's still got his followers. Cody's still going to be one of the highest merchandise sellers on in WWE. This doesn't change anything. It just puts a delay in his story. And I know people don't have the attention span to watch a story unfold, but I'm a storyteller. I love when stories are being told because it shows me that they're putting in effort into it. But I can understand people being like, yo, Kev, how could you be cool with that when he comes out, has this fantastic promo, and then goes, I want to take everything from you. I want that. I want that championship belt that my dad lost. My dad won. It got taken away from him at Madison Square Garden. But I'm not going to do it at WrestleMania. I'm sure when we all heard that, we're like, duh? I was like, what? Really? What the fuck's going on here? And then he said he talked to a council, and then when The Rock showed up, I'm not gonna lie, Birmingham, Alabama exploded. There was some explosion when he came out. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I think those mainly in those stands are mostly casual fans. We hardcore fans, when they come to WrestleMania, mix in with that Philadelphia crowd, it's going to be a totally different ballgame. Guarantee it. This is probably going to make Rock not even want to show up ever again. I wouldn't be shocked if Rock doesn't show up again after this. I mean, the Rock's what, 52 or 53? If anybody can tell me in the comments later if he's 53 or 2 or 4. My question is what does The Rock get out of this? I mean, he doesn't need the money. He's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. He's getting a lot of money from Under Armour. He's got $30 million stock into TKO Endeavor that owns WWE. Rock's got his $7 company. He's basically owner of XFL. What does The Rock get out of this? What, to put his cousin over? To have that one last match? He could have had it any time. He could, like I said, when The Rock first came back, we all thought maybe it would be a lot of us thought it would be an Elimination Chamber, because that's logical, because you're thinking, wow, the Australian government wanted The Rock there. It's going to be 60,000, 70,000 plus in that stadium. But then you find out Roman's not going to be on that schedule. So then you go, okay, Roman's not going to be there. So what do you do now? I'm at loss of words for it. Really, I have really nothing else to say about the situation. I'm curious to see what goes on. They always say curiosity kills the cat, but I'm curious to see what transpires afterwards. What's going to happen with this? You know, is Cody going to come on SmackDown and explain what the fuck happened, or is Triple H going to explain what happened at the press conference? Is The Rock or Roman going to explain what's going to happen? I don't know. We may not get no explanation at all. It may just be one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm Dwayne Johnson. I'm The Rock. I'm a bigger name than you. I'm facing my cousin. You're not. End of story. That could have been exactly what happened last night. But I like to thank everybody for who has subbed and who's commented and who's viewed. I know I've had a couple of viewers here and there off of it. You know, post your comments down below, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Some of you who watched ECW back in the day, you know how that Philadelphia crowd is going to roll with this. I think Rock and Roman are going to get booed out of the fucking stadium. That Lincoln Financial Field and where the Philadelphia Eagles play. Oh, you know, you always heard that Philadelphia Eagle fans are rowdy. But those Philadelphia wrestling fans are just as rowdier. And this is probably not going to be a fun situation for The Rock or Roman Reigns. I think The Rock might have felt like he was helping WWE, but I think he might have hurt it more by doing what he did. And I know that they're trying to get this whole Vince situation, a little taste out of their mouth, but it's honestly, you really have fucked up the situation. You took something away from a guy who's busted his ass for 2 years, comes back at WrestleMania 38, has that couple good matches with Cody, tears his entire pectoral muscle, wrestles in the fucking Hell in a Cell with his pectoral all bruised up and everything like that, comes back, barely loses. I remember that sight last year. Cody sitting in the ring just going like this. And the fact that Cody had to go through Brock, he had to go through Shinsuke Nakamura and a couple of guys, he had to work his way back up there. And you come in and you take it from him. I don't understand it. If anyone has an understanding of why this happened, enlighten me. But I really think that this is probably the biggest mistake that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has ever made. And it's going to come back and it's going to bite him in the ass. But I know wrestlers have always said, what are you getting cheers, or where are you getting boos, or where are you getting people complain about it? People were talking about it. And whether or not you get some positive or negatives from it, you're getting a sort of a reaction from it. If they got no reaction from it, it'd been one thing. But they're still getting reaction from it. So from that perspective, you're still getting a reaction. But ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and sub. If you like more WWE content, you like more wrestling content, sub to my channel, look it up, see what might tickles your fancy, what piques your interest. I'm also got some couple other things in the works. Stephen Rose, who was on here earlier, I will be on his channel. We were trying to work on it a couple days ago, couldn't get it going because I was working and he was working. Just the cards were not aligned. But we're going to be working on a workforce video about day-to-day operations and job forces and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing on some of that stuff as well. So you can go to his channel, which I can probably put in the description here in a few minutes once I'm done. But yeah, everybody, hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Super Bowl's next weekend. My 42nd birthday is next weekend. On February 11th, this guy right here turns 42. Yep. Getting that plateau, almost in that mid 40 range. So we'll anyways, post your comments down below. Peace and love.